The Brazilian butt lift is all the rage right now. Everybody's getting everything sucked out of everywhere else and putting it into their butt. Now, I want you to know that the Brazilians actually consider what we do here in America the American butt lift, because they're not making them anywhere near as big in Brazil.
So I already have a nice booty, but why not add a little bit more, make it a little bit more symmetrical. You know, I do work out, and who doesn't want a little extra rear?
She's an awesome candidate for the surgery because she's not doing this to lose weight. She just has a little extra bit of stubborn fat she wants to get rid of, and she's not looking to have a huge, insane looking, out of proportion buttock, which I would never do anyway.
I've always been the one who exercises avidly, eats healthy, and for some reason I still cannot get that flat stomach, and it's frustrating.
She asked me to give her a little bit more fullness. She's very active. She does a lot of yoga, she does a lot of spinning, but she just has a little bit of trouble getting rid of some extra pudge.
I made the decision, I called them and I said, listen, I want to come up, I want some quotes for lipo, and we'll talk about maybe putting some of the fat into my booty, and so I came in.
So I have patients coming in saying, oh, do I need to gain weight for the Brazilian butt lift? The answer is no. I want you at your ideal weight to see how much fat actually is going to be able to be taken and put into your butt without you losing weight and losing it all again. I have patients coming in all the time saying, I gained 20 pounds because I want the Brazilian butt lift. And I say, okay, well, are you happy at this weight? And they're like, no, I'm gonna lose the weight after the surgery. I'm like, well, then your butt's gonna go back down. So don't try to gain weight or lose weight for this surgery, because we really want you at your ideal body weight so that we can take away the fat, put it in your butt, and whatever it takes or lives, which is usually about 70%, we know what you see is what you get at that point.
She didn't know that I had enough fat to take out or whatever, so when she came in, she was like, are you sure that it's not skin? And so when I showed her everything, because I also have a child, so I was like, I've got that little pouch down there from being pregnant. And so she felt around, she's like, oh yeah. She's so funny, she just grabbed, she's like, oh yeah, this is good.
So we like to limit how much pressure is put on the buttocks after a Brazilian butt lift for about 2 weeks. I would say don't sit on your buttocks more than a half hour to an hour if you can not do that. We usually have the patient sleeping from side to side or on their stomach for at least the first week or so, just to allow not extra pressure on the fat, allow it to sort of breathe and get good blood supply so it can live in its new home in the buttocks.
I'm super excited. I mean, you gotta love her. She's honest, and she's not gonna tell you something that's not truthful,
So really going for that natural proportion, not only taking it away from places that doesn't look good, but really putting in the places that need it. So I was able to liposuction Monica's upper and lower abdomen, definitely cinch that waist, get rid of her love handles, get rid of her bra fat, release those lines underneath her bra fat, and get 800 cc's of usable great golden fat to inject into her buttocks. So we did 400 and 400 cc's on each side, which I expect about 70% of that to survive. So initially we overshoot by a little bit because we know some of it's not gonna survive. So we wanna make sure we overshoot so that when we get to our final result at about 3 to 4 months, that she's getting that beautiful lifted full shape that she came in for. I will put her in some compression stockings after the surgery, basically starting out looking like biker shorts, coming up all the way to her abdomen. And that's really just to put pressure down on the areas that we did liposuction on and make sure they heal nice and flat and smooth. And I won't let her go into water for a couple weeks just to make sure she doesn't get any problems like infections. And after about a couple weeks, really, I lift all restrictions and she can go for walks. Definitely listening to her body. If something hurts, I always tell people to stop. But just slowly easing back into normal life. This is not a painful surgery that some people might talk about. Sort of more of a general soreness from the liposuction. And usually my patients are off of narcotics after 3 days and on Tylenol on day 4.